Are you thinking of buying a foreclosure? Maybe in your area they're referred to as bank-owned properties, or REOs, which stands for real estate owned. Regardless of what you call it or where you're located, there's two things I want to tell you about before you purchase a foreclosed property. Number one, the bank is not going to be able to give you any information on the house's history. Whether there's been damage to the property, repairs made, problems with drainage, insurance claims history, any of these things that you normally would like to know about, the bank is not in position to give you any of that information. They can't disclose what they don't have. So it's very, very important that as the buyer, you're working with a great team of professionals led by a professional home inspector, a terrific agent, a real estate broker, people who can be your eyes and ears and help you evaluate all of the different aspects of the property itself to make sure you're not getting into something that you're going to regret later. So item number one, no disclosures from the bank. Do your own due diligence. Item number two, very, very important, often overlooked. When you're working with a bank on purchasing a foreclosed property, the bank is going to want to use their own paperwork. Even if you write the offer on the standard contract for your location, the bank is going to come back and ask you to sign their contract with their language and their clauses. And in most cases, there's no problem with that, but there are a few issues that you need to be aware of before you dive in. And the one I want to tell you about today is called per diem. And what a per diem means, it's a daily dollar amount that you're going to be responsible for paying if the sale doesn't close on time. It's a daily dollar amount that in essence is a penalty you're charged if the property doesn't close, even if it's due to no fault of your own. So make sure that the agent or broker that you're working with is very, very familiar not only with the standard contracts that we see every day, but what's supposed to be in any real estate contract, and that they're qualified to look over the language coming from the bank so that you're fully protected and aware of what you're agreeing to. A tip is that when it comes to asking for a closing date on your offer, make sure you talk to your lender first. Find out what they think would be a safe close of escrow, and then maybe add a week or two to give yourself some extra time. And what you can do there to have maximum flexibility is on the language of your offer, what you can do is state on or before. So let's say you wanted to close escrow January 31st. You talk to your lender, they said middle of January is safe. You want to be extra safe so you don't get hit with that daily per diem, and so you decide you want to offer to close the end of January. On the offer, you would simply say on or before January 31st for your close of escrow date. So that's a little bit of language that you can put in to protect yourself so that you don't get hit with a per diem charge that you may not even have known about in the paperwork that comes from the bank. So if you're working with a foreclosed property or bank-owned real estate, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I'd love to be of service and to help you in any way that I can. So remember, if you'd like to do something great, talk to Abe about real estate.